Slowly but surely, we're building up to the 2024 MLB season. So today, I'm going to be going through every team's over-under total, and I'm going to be telling you whether I like the over or if I like the under. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Check out everything in the description. Let's get right into the video. All right, pretty basic setup here. I'm here on covers.com. I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, it's just, guys, set the teams in alphabetical order here. It's got the odds here of the over and the under, and it's got the total here as well. At the end, I'm going to put all the odds together in a parlay. I'll have to do two 15-leg parlays. That's all it lets you do. Put them together. I'll tell you the overall odds of this happening, and if you bet $100, how much you'd make. And throughout this video, I'm going to have to come up with some punishment if I miss more than, I'm going to say, 5 of these. So let's get to it. Start with the Arizona Diamondbacks, 83.5. They like the over, minus 120 on the over. I, too, like the over by just a couple of games, though. I like 85 to 86 wins for this team. Book it, minus 120. Not ideal odds, but it's not terrible. Atlanta Braves, 101.5. It's a super team. It's a fantastic team. 101.5 is just a really high total to take an over on. I'm going to take the under on the Braves, which actually the money likes as well, minus 120 twice. Heading to the Chicago Cubs, 84.5 is their over-under. The only problem with all this is that we haven't seen some of the big names go yet, and the Cubs are like one of those teams that's probably going to pick up a big name, and banking on that fact, I think this team can win 86, 87 games. It's such a tough, it's a risky business. It's a gamble, for lack of a better term. As of right now, I'm going to take the under on this team. Oh, no, they have Craig Counsell. Yeah, I'm going to take the over. It's terrible. Minus 123 times. Like, I'm taking, what people like. But, yeah, Craig Counsell adds wins to this team, so I'm going to take the over. Heading to the Cincinnati Reds, 82.5. This team improved this year, and they've got the young talent. So my first one, I'm going to go for, not an upset, but you know what I mean. Plus odds, I am going to take the over on this one. I think this Reds team can win 84 games, 85 games. It's going to be a tough road to get there, but I think this team definitely can win that many games, and I will take the over. I'm going to put my confidence in them. Pieces in have been way better than pieces out for the Reds. Colorado Rockies, it's 60.5. That's an absurdly low over-under. That's absurd. They play in Coors. I think they won 59, something like that last year. Something tells me they're going to win more. Something tells me it's going to be 60, like mid-60s. I'm going to go with the over. I'm going to go with the over. It's not a good roster by any means. It's just playing in Coors, 60.5 is low. I like the over. And here we go to the Dodgers at 103.5. That's absurd. The over is minus 120. It feels like it'd be foolish of me to not take this team at an over. I guess I'm going to. I'll take the over on them, minus 120. Most of this stuff is around minus 120, I guess. It's at such a high number to take an over on. It's absurd. It's the Dodgers. They got a super team. If they stay healthy, they will do it. Miami Marlins, 78.5 for a team that was just in the playoffs, too. Hasn't really lost anybody on this team yet. The over is negative odds. I don't see this team winning many games, man. I don't. I'm going to take the under on them. I'm thinking 75, 77 at most. They were a bad team that made the playoffs last year. Boys, I've got 2 questions for you. Do you love going to live sports games?
Well, yes, Sam. Yes, we do.
Do you like saving money / do you like having money?
Why, yes, Sam. Yes, we do.
I've got the deal for you. If you use SeatGeek, it's the best ticketing app around. Very simple system to use. Green is good, red is bad. You can use my code Sentry17 and get $20 off your first purchase of $50 or more. Let's get back to the video. To the Brewers, who sit at a 78.5. The over is negative odds. And that's the thing, is that we're looking at this point. They haven't traded Burns. They haven't traded Yelich. They haven't traded these guys away. Even so, I don't think this team is getting there. I really don't. Especially with Burns probably being traded at the deadline. I'm taking the under. Both are at negative odds, which makes a little bit of sense here, but I am definitely taking the under, minus 105. Here at the Mets at 82.5, plus 100 for the over. The under is minus 120. I've said it really all off season. I think this team is going to compete better than people give them credit for, and the number that was in my mind was 84, and 82.5 is just really close. The safer bet is the under. I'm going to take the over. I think this team will compete pretty decently, especially if they add like one more bat so that they don't have to play a young guy who's unproven. The Phillies are at 90.5. I'm a Phillies fan. I don't see this team eclipsing 90. Like, I feel like 90 is the number. Anywhere between 88 and 90. I don't think they're going to get 91. I'm going to take the under. The under is negative odds, which makes sense. I'm going to take the under for the Phillies. Another team that hasn't really done much to add this year. They just re-signed Nola. That's all that they've done. Pirates is 72.5. These odds are, as you can see, as of January 18th, it's the 23rd right now. Nothing much has gone on. The Pirates signed Aroldis Chapman last night. All I'll say is I like the Pirates roster better than a lot of people give them credit for. I think they're young stud, like they have young studs on this team. Enough veteran presence that I think they can get the over. And that's what I'm going to go with. I'll take the over. The Padres at 81.5 plus 100 for the over. The under is favored. I also expect this team to be a little bit better. They actually won, what was it, 82 games last year? So they eclipsed their total last year. Pieces out are definitely outweighing their pieces, but they've got talent on this team. It's all just going to be a matter of if it clicks or not. 84 wins seems right for the Padres, pushing a playoff spot like they did last year at the end of the year. In a bad year. I'm going to take the over. Giants, 81.5. That's a really good line, obviously. I mean, it's got negative odds both sides. They've brought in some pieces. They trade away Haniger. I don't like the roster. They've got Bob Melvin now. Feels like they're going to win more than 81 games. I will take the over. The Cardinals, 84.5. This is a team that won like 70 games last year. Brought in pieces. They like the over a little bit more than the under. Not sure this team gets to 85, I'm going to be honest. Rotation is old for sure. Sonny Gray, I don't know if he'll do it over there. I'm going to take the under. I think 83. It's such a close margin of error. 83 is what I'm thinking for the Cardinals. And to complete the NL, the Nationals, 66.5 is low. Minus 105 for the over. I like the over for this one too. I think this team is young. I think this team is scrappy. I've seen them win games before. Obviously, they really haven't added anything to their team. 70 wins seems like very, very attainable for this team. I'm going to take the over. I'm very optimistic, but you kind of have to be, you know what I mean? All right, so calculating the odds, not a lot of positive odds in this one. Oh my gosh. So our NL, let me see if I can actually pull it. Nah, I'm not going to. Our NL over-unders. If you were to make a 15-leg parlay, bet $100, 15-leg parlay on everything that I just told you, it would pay you out $1,765,455.74. Bet $100. So if you bet $10 on that, then obviously it's just divided by 10. So $176,000. Might low key have to put together the 15-leg parlay. Let's head to the AL. All right, we're sitting here at the American League. Starting off with a hot one, the Orioles. Orioles have not done a ton to add this offseason either. Craig Kimbrell, really their biggest piece in. No one really out though. Kyle Gibson would be probably the biggest one. This is a team that won 90 plus games last year. 87.5 feels like a very good line. However, I will take the over. I think this team is in a good position to do the similar thing to what they did last year. 91 feels like a nice number for this team. Red Sox at 80.5, so they're looking right around 500. That's such a good line as well. You got even odds across the board, over and under. It's a fantastic line, I tell you what. I am going to take the under on the Red Sox. 78-79 is what I'm feeling. Again, it's just like pieces in have not been as much as the pieces out. White Sox, 63.5. The over is plus 100. That's a low line. I know this roster stinks, but they've still got talent, man. This feels like a no-brain over. Like, this team is still going to win 68-73 games. I know their pitching stinks, but they're going to find a way. I will take the over plus 100 odds. Cleveland Guardians, 77.5. They like the over for them. Terry Francona is out as manager as well, I believe, right? I don't know if it's official, maybe. 77.5 is high. Bieber's probably gone at the deadline. I'm taking the under. I like the under. 75, 76. It's tough. They got a mid roster. 77.5 is a great line. I'm going to take the under. Go with another underdog. Tigers, oh wow, 79.5. I'm a little surprised that the over-under is that high. I thought I was like kind of in a, like an exclusive club in the know. This team played well down the stretch last year. Young guys started to perform well, too. They've added this offseason for sure. 79.5 is a nice line. I'm going to go over. I think this team wins 82 games this year. Might be stretching it a little bit, but I do think that they win about 82 games this year. Astros at 92.5. That's kind of crazy. I would think it'd be higher. Brought in Josh Hader as well. I'm going to take the over. I think this is a 95 win ball club, at least for this year, if not another few years. I'll take the over. Money likes it there too. Kansas City Royals, 73.5. Okay, this is another team that's added a little bit. They like the over. I'm taking the over here as well. 76 wins seems right. This team's got MLB talent on their team now, too. Yeah, I like that. I like the over for the Royals. Here's where I get yelled at a lot. I am hammering the over on the Angels. This team is not going to be nearly as bad as you think it was without Ohtani. Ohtani's the best player in baseball, I get it. But it's like their roster is not, it's such a weird concept to think about that their roster is not like absurdly worse than it was when they had Ohtani. Just because of how mid their roster is. This team's going to win 75 plus games. I just know it. I will take the over. Plus 100 as well. Twins, 85.5. Ooh. Lost Sonny Gray. I'm sorry. I like the under on this one. 83 feels right, and it feels like it's going to win their division, too. The New York Yankees, 93.5 is a solid line. Wow, okay. Looking at plus 100 for the over, minus 120 for the under. Team has added a lot this offseason, might be adding more. Blake Snell is looking like he might be going there. I'm going to take the over. This team feels like they can win 95. Wow, how about this? Oakland, 56.5. That is absurdly low. Oh, but it feels like just a thing that they would do, though. That's so tough. You know what? Screw it. Give me the over. 58 wins. Mariners 86.5. And they like the over. Ooh. No, this team is going under. 83, 84 at most. This team is not added. They've subtracted this offseason. Tampa Bay 84.5. Okay, this is actually a very good line. It feels like one of those years like 2022 where the Rays are not going to be fantastic. But it's the Rays. I have to take the over. I don't think I can ever doubt that. Texas 90.5. This is a very good line as well. And I'm going to say something surprising. I'm going to take the under. They don't have a rotation really until halfway through the year. Back into the bullpen is looking Still haven't signed Monty back. I'm going to take the under. I think they're going to make the playoffs, obviously, but under for them for sure. Last but not least, Toronto, the Blue Jays, 86.5. Projections love this team all the time, bro. Something tells me they're going to find a way to get 87, which is so weird because that was the first number that popped in my mind. So I guess I'm going with a slight over. Okay, so this one is even more money than the NL. We're looking at over $2 million. $2,208,809.11. So if you want to follow Sentry 17, you can bet $200 and to make like $3.5 million. I'm just saying. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your over-unders. See you guys on the next one. Peace.